All right, here we go. We've got number 21 from our 0314 homework number 5 in MyLab Math, and we need to use a calculator to approximate the square root. So what I'm going to try to do in this video is look at several different scenarios so that I can try to hit a technique that will work for you no matter what your calculator is, as long as it has the ability to do a square root, okay? So what we're going to start with is we're going to start with the Casio Class Wiz. And this is a very nice calculator. It's probably my favorite calculator used, even better than a graphing calculator in my opinion. To do it on this calculator, we've got the square root button, and then you've got a fraction button where you can input this problem exactly the way it looks in the book, okay? Or in this case, in the MyLab Math. So the square root of 161 over 32, if I hit the equal sign, notice it doesn't go straight to a decimal. What it does is it gives me the simplified radical expression. So if the instructions said rationalize the denominator, this calculator actually does that for you, okay? But we need a decimal. And so to force this particular model to give us a decimal, we need to hit this SD button. And then it says, where do I need to round to? It says round to the nearest thousandth. So tenths, hundredths, thousandths, that's 3 decimal places. And this would be 2.243, rounded to the nearest thousandth, okay? Now, again, on this calculator, there's another way we could have done that. We could have just hit the square root button, and then we could have typed in 161 divided by 32. And the thing that makes me notice that this is correct, notice that as I type this in, the square root bar continues to extend over the entire division problem. So that's going to take the square root of everything there. And again, if I hit equals, I have to hit the SD button to force the decimal. So there's another way we can do that, okay? Now, some of you may have a graphing calculator. I just so happen to have one pulled up here. And for this particular model of Casio, this is a graphing model where it shows the main menu first, and you have to actually hit EXE to choose the calculate app so that we can calculate stuff. We're going to need to do the square root of, and square root in this calculator is shift and x squared, gives us the square root. And then I'm going to do 161, and then the ABC is the over button. So if I hit the ABC button, it's going to give me a little, looks like a backward L. That's the fraction button, and 32, and execute. And that's going to give me my answer. Okay, so that's taking the square root of 161 over, that means over 32, and it's giving me the answer, okay? Let's see, clear. There again, there's another way you could do it just to play it safe. If you do the square root and then an open parenthesis to make sure that everything is underneath, you can do the square root of 161 divided by 32. As long as you use the parentheses so that it says square root of the entire division problem, that's going to work for you also. And again, if I could point out a difference here before we move forward, remember on this calculator, the Class Wiz gives us the simplified radical version, the square root of 322 over 8, where the FX 9750 G2, it will not give that. So that is an advantage that the Class Wiz has over this other Casio model, making the Class Wiz, in my opinion, fantastic. Yeah. So there's a couple of different strategies, a couple of different ways that you can input into the calculator. And if I could just make a note over here, doing the square root, parenthesis, 161 divided by 32. That is going to work for most every model, scientific or graphing, in existence, okay? This particular input to calculate the decimal value. So that's how you can play it safe. Now let's check and see if all of this has been for naught. Let's see if I lied to you. 2.243. Bam. Man, I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put those in the comment section below, or you can text me. And thanks for watching.